One of the iconic moments of homecoming is the raising of the banners. But as SNN's Andrew Simonson shows us, these works of art have special meaning for the artists as well.
Homecoming is a celebration of many things: fall, friends, football, and all of the things that make Samford home. These are some of the themes that inspired this year's homecoming banners. Every year, Samford organizations create original artwork to celebrate homecoming. Those are painted on the banners and put on display for the school. Emily Morgan worked on AOPI and Lambda Chi's banner and enjoyed the design process.
We kind of sketched everything out on like one afternoon, kind of just everything pencil, and then we took 2, maybe 3 nights and kind of just started painting. Took a couple hours. It was definitely a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun in the process doing it. Kind of just played some music, jammed out, so yeah, it was fun.
Previously, the designs went on large boards in Ben Brown Plaza. This year, they were displayed in the cafeteria and at the tailgate. SGA Press Secretary Callie Morrison liked how everyone was working together.
Everyone loves the boards a lot, and it's a pretty cool bonding experience just out on Ben Brown. But the banners were something different, and they were a little bit more like close quartered, so it was fun to just like be in the room with the same people and just like talking to them as they painted.
Most of all, everyone was happy to be a small part of a great tradition.
Yeah, I think it just showed that AOPI really supports Samford and football, and it showed that we could work really good together with Lambda Chi, and it was just fun to be represented up with all the other banners.
For SNN, I'm Andrew Simonson.
Zeta Tau Alpha won the banner contest this year.
Samford softball opened their home slate last weekend. It was a rough showing overall, but the Bulldogs say they saw a lot of potential in this team.
Samford went 1-4 last weekend in the UAB Classic. They co-hosted the tournament with UAB. On Friday, Samford lost the first game to Ball State, 5-3. Greer Bruce and Logan Champion each hit a home run. In Game 2, Samford came back 3 different times to win in 9 innings. Jordan Partain only allowed 1 run after entering in the 3rd inning. Merritt Cahoon hit a bases-clearing double to win. Outfielder Abigail Dorsett said the walk-off shows the team's character.
It was really exciting. Shout out Merritt. It shows that we have a lot of fight and that if we stick as a team that we're going to be really good this season.
On Saturday, Samford lost 1-0 to Lindenwood. Then they fell to undefeated Belmont in 10 innings, 4-3. Mackenzie Newcomb earned 7 strikeouts over 7 innings against the Bruins. The next day, the Bulldogs lost 3-2 to city rivals UAB. At the end of the weekend, Samford dropped to 2-6. 1 or 2 runs decided every game last weekend. Dorsett said the team's ready to get back to work.
So it's not the outcome we wanted, but we know that we got to come in this week for practice and be locked in, and that one tournament doesn't define us and that we have a long season ahead of us.
Samford lost to number 7 Alabama yesterday, 3-2. You can watch highlights on Twitter at SamfordSB. Coming up next on Samford News Network, some Samford students expressed concern about the event Students for Life last week. Hear why organizers say it was not meant to be a political event. And a student organization is working to make a difference in the life of a Bulldog fan. Hear how Dream on 3 is working to help Chandler's dream come true this month. Samford News Network starts right now. Hello, and welcome to Samford News Network. I'm Andrew Simonson.
And I'm Caroline Spikes. Thanks for joining us.
A Samford student concert had to have police presence last week as some students were concerned about potentially controversial messaging. The university is considering adding 2 new sororities to Greek life this spring. Kappa Delta sorority and Alpha Gamma Delta International Women's Fraternity presented their organizations to Greek life in mid-October. Katie has had a chapter on campus before. Alpha Gamma would be a first-time chapter. If accepted, both sororities would start recruitment and new membership this spring. Samford officials say they're working with student organization DREAM to make campus more accessible. The Office of Accessibility and Accommodations held an event last week with DREAM to raise awareness for their services. They say there's still a lot of work to be done to help students who have physical, mental, or learning disabilities. DREAM President Levi Thomas says he hopes their efforts will make Samford a place where all feel welcome. To learn more about Samford services, email access@samford.edu. Next Friday, November 11th, is Veterans Day. Samford officials say they'll be celebrating by helping all students and faculty to honor veterans. The Veterans Day service will be held at Sherman Circle at 11 a.m. There will also be a luncheon afterward, hosted by President Beck Taylor and his wife for veterans and their guests. Reservations are required for the luncheon. It's that time of year, not Christmas, but Step Sing. Sign-ups have officially closed for Step Sing. Now directors know who their participants are. They say they're excited to get started on this year's production. Senior Director and reigning champion Davis Ennis says he's looking forward to this year's edition of the Sing and Dance competition. Stepsing will take place in the Wright Center January 26th through the 28th of next year. It's fall here at Samford's campus, and students welcomed the cooler weather with Fall Fest last week. Attendees were greeted with free apple cider and other fall-themed snacks. The opening act was Samford commercial music band Lakeshore. Then the night was capped off with a concert from Zion Goins. Samford freshman and Zion Goins drummer Jacob McClendon says it was a great way to kick off fall. And if you're already thinking about Christmas, the Lighting of the Way ceremony kicking off the holidays is just a month away. And Samford athletes are hoping to make dreams come true. Find out how the organization Dream on 3 is helping one Bulldog fan get his ultimate wish. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This weekend, Samford's soccer team dominated in the beginning of the bracket of the SoCon tournament. The Lady Bulldogs took on the Citadel first on Friday in the quarterfinals. They beat the Citadel 1-0 in the first game. Samford and Mercer advanced to play in the semifinals on Sunday. Samford came away with the 1-0 win and will advance to the finals next weekend. Whitaker Buchanan scored 1 goal in both games. Goalie Emma Donnelly made 10 saves in both games. Veteran starter Jennifer Seward was injured on Friday and did not return for the match on Sunday. No word yet on whether Seward will return this weekend. Samford will host UNCG on Sunday at 1 p.m. This is Samford's 4th straight season with an appearance in the SoCon Finals. The men's golf team finishes 9th overall in the Grandover Collegiate, and senior Davis Woodliff ties for 5th place. Congratulations to all of our Bulldogs. Samford Esports will soon have a place to call home on campus. Members of administration met with esports players and fans on Friday. The group discussed how Cybert Hall's future esports complex can best serve students. The teams have competed virtually since spring 2021. Samford's esports director Cooper Sullivan believes the project will help the program thrive. Samford currently has teams in the NECC for Valorant and League of Legends. The lab will open in 2024 when Cybert Hall's renovations finish. Basketball starts next week, and Bucky McMillan's Bulldogs have high expectations on and off the court. SNN's Caden Sturgis tells what we can expect this season from Buckyball.
Men's basketball season is just around the corner. Head coach Bucky McMillan is looking to build upon the momentum from last season.
Season tickets for the men's team are already on sale. Single tickets for both teams will go on sale soon. Coming up next on Samford News Network, Samford Theater has a large slate of productions this fall. Hear how you can see these world-class performances. The season opened last month with Orphe and the Book of Heroes. It continued last weekend with their production of Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns was the only play of the season to be staged outdoors. Head lighting designer Alex Felt says it was challenging having an outdoor play. Samford Theater returns next month with an opera called Amal and the Night Visitors. There will be 3 plays next semester in the Harrison Theater. You can get tickets on Samford's Theater website. Cadres have been in full swing for the past few weeks, but are now coming to a close. When deciding on a cadre, students are able to pick the topic that most interests them. Organizers say cadres are safe spaces to express your thoughts outside of a classroom setting. The professors also incorporate teachings from the Bible into the group meetings. Since the cadres include religious aspects, the group meetings count for convocation credits as well. Cadre leader and Professor Daniel Hahn is leading a group about self-care. He says the group talks about how students should take care of themselves mentally, spiritually, and physically. To find a cadre for the spring, visit the Student Life website.
It is not every day you get to celebrate someone's 122nd birthday.
But Samford students got to celebrate Mr. Beeson's birthday last week. Beeson helped the university build multiple buildings through generous donations of over $56 million. The university says his legacy will continue to impact students for hundreds of years. The university celebrated by placing flowers and other gifts at the Beeson statue. Happy birthday, Mr. Beeson, from the SNN crew. That's all the time we have left for Samford News Network. And it's International Education Week on campus. Hear how you can explore different cultures without leaving Birmingham.
Hello, and welcome to Samford News Network. I'm Morgan Hutchinson.
And I'm Andrew Simonson. Thanks for joining us. Classes are canceled today at the University of Virginia in the wake of Sunday night's shooting. Police say a former football player at UVA killed 3 players and wounded 2 other students.
Samford police are now asking our campus to remain vigilant in the wake of this tragedy. Just an hour ago, Chief Tommy Taylor released this statement. Samford has announced construction will begin soon on a $65 million renovated recreation center.
And while many are excited for the updated facilities, others are concerned with how the project may affect already limited campus parking. SNN's Chris Todd tells us what Facilities is doing to manage the upcoming construction and keep campus safe.
Although Samford boasts record enrollment each year, this growth doesn't come without a cost.
The university released renderings last week of the gym renovations. The project will enlarge and renovate existing buildings like Cybert Hall, Bashinsky Fieldhouse, and the first floor of the Beeson Center. Another 3rd building will be added next to Cybert as well. The project is slated to begin after winter break. The complex is expected to be completed prior to fall 2024. This is the largest spending project in the university's history. As part of International Education Week, Spanish Club is hosting a worship service tomorrow. The entire service will be in Spanish. There will be subtitles to help those who don't know the language. The service will be led by students in Spanish language classes. Spanish Club President Sarah Westmoreland says this event has been a dream of hers for a long time. The event will take place in Reed Chapel at 7. There will be convo credit offered. Samford Worship Arts Ensemble has been leading worship all across the state. Most recently, they led an evening service at Briarwood Presbyterian Church. The night was full of worshipful songs and a message from Pastor Harry Reeder. The group had support from Briarwood, Samford, and community members. Earlier in the year, the ensemble led in North Alabama and a night of worship here at Samford. The group is now preparing to sing Christmas carols around Birmingham. Interested in learning more about a career in public health? Samford School of Public Health is hosting a virtual open house on November 17th. The school offers a number of graduate degrees. Students can learn more details on the Samford School of Public Health's website on your screen.
There are times when science and religion are seen as contradictory.
But as SNN reporter Breck Brigham shows us, one club is trying to show how these two aspects of the world can work well together.
Samford Science and Religion Club is trying to teach how the two disciplines fit together and what each can teach about each other.
And Samford hosted its first ever Veterans Day celebration last week. Hear why it was a special moment for one Bulldog. Samford News Network will be right back. Welcome back. The Bulldogs get named the 2022 SoCon champs.
This is their first championship win since 2013.
The committee will set the 24-team field this Sunday. Only the top 8 teams will be seeded and receive a bye to the second round. A win over Mercer this weekend would basically clinch a bye for Samford. But the Bulldogs still have a shot at a top 4 seed. And a red-hot UC Davis team will play for their playoff lives against undefeated Sacramento State. FCS powerhouse North Dakota State looks to earn their first-ranked win over North Dakota this weekend. You can catch the FCS selection show this Sunday at 11:30 on ESPNU. Thanksgiving break is next week, and Campus Life says you need to be making your plans now. The university is officially closed Wednesday through Friday. Residence halls are open during the break, but no visitation will be allowed. If you're leaving campus, Residence Life asks that you take out your trash, lock your windows and your doors. You should also take your keys and your ID and turn off all electronics and lights. The cafeteria will be closed after 10 a.m. on Wednesday. They'll reopen for dinner on Sunday. Last week, Samford honored those who have served during its first ever Veterans Day celebration.
And as SNN's Caroline Spikes tells us, it was a meaningful moment for some very special Bulldogs.
President Beck Taylor hosted veterans from the Samford community last Friday with a celebration and a luncheon.
That's all the time we have left for Samford News Network. Join us for our next show on December 1st.
In the meantime, get all your latest SNN news online at thesamfordcrimson.com or on Instagram at SNN Samford.
Happy Thanksgiving to all of us from the SNN News team. Have a great day.